Good morning, everyone. My name is Derrick.
My name's Linda.
My name is Lina.
And my name is Thipong.
And this is our project about temperature, density, and buoyancy. What is temperature? Temperature is a measure of how hot or cold something is. How is temperature important? Temperature is important for weather, machinery, and comfort, and making it essential for nature and everyday life.
How is temperature measured? Thermometers are devices that measure temperature.
There are 5 kinds of thermometers. 1, the digital ear thermometer, the infrared forehead thermometer, the room thermometer, the digital probe thermometer, and the traditional thermometer.
3 main units on temperature. Here are the equations for converting them. First one is Celsius from Fahrenheit, which is F minus 32 times 5 over 9, and Kelvin is K minus 273.15.
Fahrenheit is C9 over 5 plus 32, and from Kelvin is K minus 273.15 times 9 over 5 plus 32.
The third one is Kelvin from Celsius. It's C plus 273.15, and from Fahrenheit it's F minus 32 times 5 over 9 plus 273.15.
These units of measure can be used in many aspects of daily life. For example, Celsius measures temperature in weather, cooking industry, science, and based on water's freezing point, 0 degrees Celsius, and boiling point, 100 degrees Celsius.
Fahrenheit measures temperature primarily in the United States, which is freezing at 32 Fahrenheit and boiling at 212 Fahrenheit. It's a standard unit for measuring temperature. It begins at absolute zero, the theoretical point of where molecular motions stops, which is 0. K is equal to negative 273.15 Celsius.
What things use temperature? An example of an object that uses temperature is a heat engine. Heat engines are machines that turn heat into mechanical energy to use in machinery. For example, some examples of heat engines include firearms, refrigerators, etc.
Now we will perform an experiment using temperature with, we have 2 cups of water. The green one is hot and the yellow one is cold.
So we will put a card on top of the hot water and then flip it over the cold one. When we pull the card out, as you can see, the hot water stays above the cold water. This is because the water's weight becomes less as it heats up, thus it stays on top of the cold water.
The second topic is density. What is density? Density is the mass per unit volume of a substance. In order to calculate density, we can use the formula density equals mass over volume.
For mass percent, the volume is mass percent equals solute over solvent times 100, and for volume, it's volume percent equals solute over solvent times 100.
What devices measure density? Density can be measured by three devices, which is pygnometer, which measures solids, hydrometer, which measures liquids, and barometer, which measures gases.
The measurements for density include grams per centimeter cubed and kilograms per meter cubed.
How is density important? Density is crucial as it helps identify materials, determines buoyancy, and influences engineering and fluid dynamics, impacting both everyday life and scientific applications.
What are the factors affecting density? Composition. Different materials have varying densities based on their atomic structures. For example, metals are typically denser than woods because their structure is different.
Temperature. Density generally decreases with rising temperatures in gases due to particle expansion in liquids, and in solids, effects vary.
Pressure. Increasing pressure compresses gases, raising their density, which is crucial in fields such as meteorology and engineering.
Okay, experiment. We will now perform an experiment about density. In order to calculate the density, we will need a formula. Density equals mass over volume. So we need to find the mass and the volume.
So we need to find the density of this eraser. So I already measured the mass at home using a kitchen scale, and the mass is 10 grams. So if we drop this eraser in the water level goes from 25 milliliters to 30 milliliters. So 30 milliliters minus 25 equals 5 milliliters. So 10 grams divided by 5 milliliters equals 10 grams divided by 5 centimeters cubed, which is equal to 2 grams per centimeter cubed.
The third and final topic is about buoyancy. What is buoyancy? Buoyancy is the upward force a fluid exerts on a submerged object. It causes objects to float or sink based on their density.
What is the Archimedes principle? Archimedes principle is a principle discovered by a Greek mathematician that states that when an object is immersed in a fluid, it experiences an upward buoyant force that is equal to the weight of the fluid it displaces.
How is the Archimedes principle used in real life? The Archimedes principle is used for many things, such as ships and submarines. Engineers use it to ensure vessels float and remain stable. Submarines manage buoyancy with ballast tanks to dive and surface.
In hot air balloons, the hot air inside the balloon is lighter than the cold air outside, which allows for more air displacement.
What are the factors affecting buoyancy? The factors affecting buoyancy include density of the object versus density of the fluid. Objects less dense than a fluid floats, those denser sink. Gravity. Gravity affects both the weight of the object and the buoyant force.
Volume of displaced fluid. A larger submerged volume results in greater buoyant force.
Types of buoyancy are such as positive buoyancy and negative buoyancy. Positive buoyancy is when an object floats because its weight is less than the buoyant force, like a rubber duck on water. Negative buoyancy happens when the weight of an object is heavier than the buoyant force, like a rock in water.
An example of buoyancy in nature is icebergs. Icebergs can float because the ice is lighter than the water surrounding it. So a portion of the iceberg can be seen floating on the water. Now we'll watch a video about buoyancy.